Alright, hello and welcome everyone to another Why Would You Use? So today, as I said yesterday, we are going to be talking about the Grand Prime. Finally, the Grand Prime is fixed. It no longer has a glaring, completely awful bug of combo not working appropriately on it. So, it's a real sword now. And with that, this weapon is very, very good, so let's talk about it, because there is one thing about this weapon that is not very, very good, and that is the speed of the weapon. Now, I have two builds here. One is the Pure Slash variant, which I've come to like quite well. I think it is better than the Elemental variant in most situations as it stands currently, and that is hugely for the reason of this weapon by default is really, really slow. It's 0.8 speed. So, on the Slash variant, you have room to put Prime Fury and Berserker together and not really lose anything, because that's the kind of thing you're going to put on a fully Slash variant of a weapon regardless, because you want more hits to proc more Slash, etc., etc. On the Elemental variant, however, you need the room for two Elementals, so you can't really fit Prime Fury as easily without removing something like Organ Shatter, which is going to drop your damage significantly. Or, like, you could, of course, use it in place of Berserker, but that doesn't really do what you're looking for, because Berserker will give you more attack speed overall once it's stacked up. So, for that main reason, I like the Slash build of this weapon better overall. And Weeping Wounds, obviously, is making this weapon, once you've built just a little bit of combo, proc Slash constantly, all the time. And that's really, really effective. So, let's just jump into the tests, and we are going to do two tests, because Slash is so effective at getting through armor. I wanted to show it at like level 100 as well, so you can see how well it deals with that high level armor. Spoiler, it does very well. But before we do this test, there is one thing that is really good to note, and I did not note this in my paracesis, why would you use, as I expected it to get fixed, but it was not fixed in the last hotfix, so I am going to mention it here, and that is that momentum on melee weapons is not currently working as you would expect. Weapons with momentum, which in prior patches the Grand Prime had, is not functioning properly, and you can be knocked down during a variety of swings you would not be able to be knocked down in previously. That is a huge issue, and I hope it is not giving us a sneak peek of what's to come in Melee 3.0, as momentum is incredibly important for making getting close to enemies viable. But it is an issue right now, so if I get knocked down in the middle of any of my swings, that's going to be due to momentum kind of being on the fritz right now, which is not good, to say the least. But it shouldn't be a problem, as long as, yeah, you can see that there. Right in the middle of the swing, he knocked me down. That normally would not happen, because also the Grand Prime, in a prior patch, had momentum, which would prevent that sort of thing. Hopefully, in Melee 3.0, we're not going to see a whole bunch of every Warframe getting knocked on their ass, but it's definitely a possibility. But yeah, Grand Prime has no issue with this test, even with getting knocked down. Well, I suppose getting knocked down is the only issue. So, let's bump it up to level 100 so you can kind of see the damage that we're getting out. And I'm going to pop on the invincibility so you can see it with momentum, because invincibility also gives you no knockdowns. And of course, under any normal circumstance, whenever you're using this weapon, especially if you had no momentum, you would be using a Warframe that doesn't get knocked down anyway, like say an Aros or a Rhino or one of those. So yeah, you'd be pretty much impossible to kill anyway. No, don't get knocked away. I long for a day whenever I can just put some walls in this simulacrum. I don't know if anybody else feels that, but if I could just put some walls up, like if I could get a carpenter in here like really quick to put some walls up so enemies don't fall out of the map, that's honestly the dream. But yeah, you can kind of get a feel for how this works, and this is the Pure Slash build once again. That's not to say that the Elemental build does not work, but if we look at the difference between the base speeds of them, you'll see a significant difference. We'll wait for Berserker to run out. Here we go. Base speed, Grand Prime, without Prime Fury. You can see that this is not ideal. And then if we look at the build on Slash that has Prime Fury in it, you'll notice a significant improvement. It's pretty wild how important the difference is. But yeah, that's the main reason I would say use the Slash build over the regular. And also because there are probably going to be comments that I get about it. No, you do not use Buzzkill. That does not increase the damage of Slash procs. Don't do it. If there's anyone in the comments that is suggesting this mod, you will know by them not having watched the entire video. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, goodbye.